Yo, what is going on? Speedy here, and today I'm going to talk about the possibility. Well, it's not a possibility, it's most likely going to happen, where the global version meets up with the Korean and Japanese version. We've already known this for months. They're trying to catch up. I mean, you could tell by them releasing how many ever units in one banner, and for the past, how long was it, like 6 months, 7 months? They were releasing a new banner every week until recently, where people complained and they started doing a banner every 2 weeks, but regardless of that, they still put like 6 or 7 units on a single banner. So, yeah. So we already know that Global is going to catch up to the Korean and Japanese version, but now we have an estimated kind of a date of when this is going to happen. Today, the CEO of the Korean Grand Cross put up a statement saying that he is aware of the time difference between the global version and the other two versions. He knows the unit the units that are missing on whatever said version. He realizes that the global was released 9 months after, and he said that within all this time, the 9 months, they've been really trying hard to catch up both the global version to the Korean and Japanese version, so there isn't that much of, I don't know, too much of a gap, because they don't really like gaps between their games for whatever reason. It's not like Dokkan, where Dokkan is consistently staying 6 months ahead. That is the Japanese version. Grand Cross is like, nah, man, we don't like gaps, so we want to catch up both the versions as soon as possible and have the same units, same updates, basically in the same game. So, what the thing said right here, so he actually made a post. Well, it was kind of like a post. I got this from Discord, and in that post, he said that in addition, as global companies have been running rapidly to reduce the gap with the Korean and Japanese services, we're trying to match the update schedule, operation, and service from as much as possible within a 1 month gap within May to June. So by May to June, I want to say they want to try to catch up the versions, but I can definitely see if they continue to release these units, because right now as you speak, global is only behind like 3 units. So they're missing Valenti, Mark II, Red Easton, and I believe the new Merlin. That's it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Global's only behind 3 units. And the way, they're releasing their units, I could definitely see them catching up. Because JP is not getting a new unit this week. Last week, JP got Hawk in Oslo, which let us, Global already had Hawk in Oslo. So that's kind of like another 2 weeks right there. And the way JP does it, they release every unit every 2 weeks. So it's gonna be, yeah, they're gonna catch up by May or June. Now there's some pros and cons to both catching up and being behind. So I'm gonna tell you guys some of the pros. The pros of Global not on the same update schedule as JP and Korea is they know the future banners. Now that's huge. Knowing the future banners and what to summon on and what to skip is definitely a big pro, because let's say a unit comes out, for example, like Chandler, right? Chandler, obviously people are gonna be like, oh wow, Chandler, man, we gotta summon, he's a great support for some Meliodas. But then the following week, on JP, or 2 weeks later, oh, Festival, Holy War Festival, Zeldris. So now you spend all your gems on Chandler, and then you didn't know that the next 2 weeks we're getting a freaking Zeldris, and who Chandler is also in his banner. You feel me? That's the same way they did the Archangels on JP, right? So how they did them was they released the Archangels, right? And then I believe like it was like a month later, they made another banner. I forgot who was on the banner, but it had the Archangels again on the banner, plus with Ludo, where the original Archangel banner did not have Ludo on them. You see, there's a big advantage to having a version that's ahead of you and knowing on what to summon and what not to summon. Right? Now some of the cons, I guess that was a con, that wasn't a pro. I got them wrong. Some of the pros of being caught up with Japan and Korea is obviously same date updates. You don't have to wait for an update for a unit to release. I guess you kind of have the first dip and taste of what unit. Also, another con could be that final bosses you get to test out. I guess that would be a pro and a con in a way, but there's a lot of pros and cons to this, man. I think the best possible outcome would be let's just say if Global and JP were maybe like a week apart, so like JP gets the stuff first, then Global, or 2 weeks apart. I'm not sure. But by the looks of it, by the statements of the CEO, like he said, he's aware. They know the units. They know Global makes them the most money, man. And if that's one of the things where a company kind of takes advantage. They know Global. I mean, Global is their #1 version that makes them the most money. It's the biggest version. It's not Korea. It's not Japan. Global has such a huge player base. They're always like what, 2 or 3 in the App Store. Whenever something big comes up, they're always in like top 10, even when nothing big is out, because of just how great the game is. And I believe, man, as a company, it's not Marvel. They already know this. Like, wow, this game makes us so much money, man. We gotta make this the main cash cow. It's true, man. It's just how companies work. They really don't care about you. They care about the money. It's just how the world works at this point. So there's big advantages to Global being caught up with JP, because this way, like, most of the community doesn't know what's coming. So like I said, whenever they see a new unit, for example, like my Chandler description or Chandler thing, like I said, people are gonna summon on whatever. So boom, a collab comes out, you gotta summon on that. Boom, Zeldris comes out, you gotta summon on that. Boom, Chandler comes out, you gotta summon on that. You don't know what to skip. You don't know what to skip, and I feel like that's what they're pushing for. That's why they don't like a gap difference. That's why Dokkan is so great, the global version, playing the global version, because you know what's coming. You know what to expect. Barring a global first, you know what to expect, right? You save your stones. And at this point, man, it's looking like Grand Cross is about to be caught up, which is going to be great, man, for the community. You know, all player bases are going to experience the same update, same day, if they do it like that. So, yeah. I'm gonna see what's gonna happen. Honestly, I'm ready to see what's gonna happen. It should be interesting, man. Let me know your guys' comments in the comment section below. This is an official statement from the CEO of Korea, so it's happening. All right. Thank you so much for watching.